Lisa, let's talk about the Northern Jersey market, the markets in Jersey City and Hoboken, and can you give us kind of a little bit of a take, like what kind of people are looking to buy there or sell there? Like what's going on? Is the market better? Is it worse? Or pending's down? What's happening?
Yeah, I mean, I think overall we typically tend to have a very strong market just because we're a feeder market to New York City, and we actually take New York City, transplants as well. So we always have a very healthy market from like a rental perspective, a sale perspective. And before COVID, we kind of were seeing a lot more families stay with us. Hoboken used to be like rough, like a really rough area. It was a port city. Since like the late 80s, we've seen like a tremendous transformation in Hoboken alone. And it's only 1 square mile. So you could literally walk from one end of Hoboken to the other in 25, 30 minutes. What we've had is, because we have such an interesting market and you can trade up so easily, we have a lot of people stay about 5 to 7 years and then either move on to the burbs or move on to the city, depending on what, direction you're going. Before COVID, we were on like a 9-year run. We'd seen 13% growth year over year. We assumed unsustainable. We thought for sure we were waiting for the market to go down considerably. And it did a little. In the beginning of 2020, we actually saw a dip in pricing. We saw our days on market go up a little bit. And we saw kind of the demand decline a little bit. And then when COVID hit, obviously to most markets, it was pretty detrimental for the second and third quarter. We had lost most of the deals that we had put into contract. I'm happy to report we got 89% of them back into contract, but we were deemed essential in Jersey. So that really saved us a lot. And because Hoboken is so dense, we have 53,000 people in 1 square mile. We had a lot of people like kind of leave either to beach houses or parents' houses, because we do have a very young population. And that kind of, I think, kept our numbers down. And, politics aside, like they did a very good job of keeping everybody safe in Hoboken. And so our community actually rallied, and we were able to keep the market going pretty strong. And now we just actually ran the numbers, a little shout out to Joe D'Amico in my office. He's our numbers guy. And we just ran the numbers. We're back up to 2019 pricing. Wow. Yeah. And we've had over 300 properties trade since the beginning of this year, which, just to put that in perspective, we haven't had that in the first 2 quarters since 2018. So we're back up and running. We had a little bit of a blip in 220, but now we're good to go. Where do you anticipate things to go, Lisa? I'm curious on your thoughts. Where do you think things are going to go in this coming fall and winter? It's interesting. We keep waiting for this market to dip. And I think we got part of it like that January, February, part of March, part of 220, but I mean, the numbers are just, every time we feel like we're getting a sense of things slowing down, the numbers just skyrocket again. So I think we're going to fall. I think we're going to have a good spring. I think our suburban markets are going to go down. So I think, we're telling everyone in the suburbs, I mean, they just went absolutely bonkers. We're so tied into Manhattan. So we get Manhattan's market probably about a year later. And if that's an indication, Manhattan's on fire right now. So that's an indication. I think we have another really good couple years left as people, to your point, start to move back. I think if you're a city person, and if you do, want to have ties to New York and want your kids in city schools, I think those people are going to come back. I mean, maybe I think when we look back, we'll probably lose about 25% of our population. But to be honest, I think if anything, it just accelerated their move outward. I don't think it necessarily wouldn't have happened regardless.